Go Blue, everybody. Playoff hope's still alive, and it's Michigan State Little Brother Week coming up next on Michigan Wolverines Live. And here we go with another episode of Michigan Wolverines Live. Today is Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. It is episode 222. Folks, it's Michigan State Week. That's right, everybody. Michigan State Week. Little brother, we're coming at it. My name's John Diadamo. I'm going to be taking you through the next hour or so. You can follow me on X at John Diadamo. We're coming to you live from YouTube. We're coming to you live from Twitch. We're coming to you live from X, and we sound good on radio too. So check us out on Apple. Check us out on Spotify, Amazon, and iHeart. Go ahead and like as you join us. We're trying to get some people in here. Everybody who's in here right now, go ahead and paste the link. Send it out to a friend. Everybody hit that like button so we can get this thing up and we can start having our weekly chat on these topics. Hit the subscribe also so that you know when we're live. And of course, send a super chat for your comment or question to be read on screen. And without further ado, we got to bring on the man himself with his Batman shirt. TJ Ronin in the house.
Hey, what's up, Michigan Nation? Let's go. Little Brother Week. To all who celebrate, appreciate your little brothers. This is a big week for all little brothers. You can do it unless you're Michigan State. No, you cannot. Let's rub their face in it. Looking forward to it, John.
Let's go. Let's go. And Ryan's already starting us off here. The Oprah of tonight, gifting 5 memberships to 5 members of the community. Appreciate you, Ryan. Always standing in the paint with us. We got Mark here. We got Steven. We got Michigander. We got Jose. We got Bull, a.k.a. B-Dub. Everybody's rocking here. And, of course, Moose. There we go. What up, what up, what up? What up to you, Moose? Great to see you. Great to see everybody. And let's go ahead and thank a couple of really awesome companies that have been helping us out here. Starting off with Win Agency, who has a beautiful new image here. Look at all those attractive, wonderful people that are part of the Win Agency. Check them out. Let's see here. Where's my? There we go. Let's see. Where's my ad read? So definitely check them out. Here we go. Win Agency. So at Win Agency, we try to make things as simple as possible. We now have 2 self-service options available on our website. Check out the links in the chat to run your own health insurance and life insurance quotes. This service is available 24/7, 365.
Oh, no. John's mic went out. I think your mic went out at the very end there, John. You're out. Chat. Is it me or is it John? See, sometimes we just don't know. Is it you? No, yeah, I hear you now. Hey, all right. Bear with John. He's still going through the hotel internet.
Yes, I am.
His apartment is still being worked on. We'll get through it, buddy. We'll get through it. Yeah. So Win Agency, the best agency, John.
For life and for health. All of it. And then obviously also we want to thank our new sponsor, Healthy Dogma. That's right, folks. Those of you with dogs out there, Healthy Dogma is owned by Michigan alumni who know what loyalty means. For decades, the May family has cheered in the big house and always brings that same dedication to crafting clean, Michigan-made food for dogs. Check out healthydogma.com. Use code 25GoBlue because Michigan loyalty extends to 4-legged fans, too.
That's right. And I want to stress 25 Go Blue gets you 25% off your purchase. So if you want clean, healthy dog food for your dog you love, Healthy Dogma is the company for you.
Absolute facts there. And of course, We've got FanDuel, which of course sponsors the analysis. It sponsors everything else, part of it. So go ahead and hit that link in the description. $5 gets you 300 bonus bets. Check it out. Bet responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER, of course. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some final thoughts on Washington. Definitely feels a little bit better this episode. Feels like I definitely don't feel as uneasy.
Yeah.
After the what just happened, and we TJ, we've had a lot of heat, people saying, "Hey, you guys were out on the team last week, and now you're back on the train." And what I have to say about that is we made it very clear that we were waiting for Washington. Why? Because look at what happened with Penn State. Okay, Penn State is what I was worried about happening, where the culture falls off a cliff and they lose games that they shouldn't lose. That is clearly not the case here, right? Michigan was able to rally. They had some tough conversations inside the building. Accountability going on, exactly what needs to happen in a situation after USC. They got right. They fixed at least some of the issues that they were having. And Michigan gets a pretty significant victory over I think, a decent Washington team and a decent coach, a good coach in Jed Fish, who we said a lot of good things about.
Absolutely. And I'll also just hit on, look, I never was on the fire Sharon train. I said, it looks like we have a coach who is not ready for this job, but he's ready to be a head coach. That said, I wanted to give Sharon more. I wanted to see if the culture was intact, and he showed me it was, and he showed me Saturday. He just stepped up. The team stepped up. The team played for the coach. They played for each other. The mentality was still there. Look, it is without question an absolute fact that the coaching staff and the players had a very heart-to-heart week. There's word that the tempers flared. There's word there was tough conversations between players and coaches and coaches. There's word that Lamar Morgan has more influence on this defense now, and there's some speculation on what that means in the offseason. So I'll say this: there is some assist or some pats on the back going on with the way Lamar Morgan assisted Wink in the preparation for last game. So, I'll just say this: I'm very excited about the next 4 games in front of us, John. I mean, listen, the Washington game, I know that's what we're talking about. Look, the team did their job. They handled the business against a borderline top 25 team, and they absolutely performed. I mean, listen, we were down Justice Haynes. Jordan Marshall showed up. Bryce Underwood had his best game of the year. Showed up, composed. See, what's interesting too, that I did the Michigan Monday podcast with Minnie. I didn't bring this up yesterday, but I want to bring it up today. Damon Williams let the moment become too big for him. He started to panic. He lost his composure. Who did not lose their composure in that game? Bryce Underwood. Bryce Underwood maintained his composure. Williams threw 3 interceptions, ugly interceptions too. Some of those were very ugly. Underwood, two touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Absolutely played extremely well. This defense, John. Well, first let's hit on the wide receivers, John. Andrew Marsh showing up. Zach Marshall showing up. Your boy Zach Marshall, John.
Yes.
Yeah, and and then the defense, man. I mean, it just played damn good football. Period. The defense just played damn good football. And I just feel like, they held this team to 7 points, guys. And they got those 7 points. Correct me if I'm wrong, John. Actually, I know I'm not wrong. The very first drive of the game, is that right? Then you hold the team to a shutout the rest of the game. I mean, impressive hats off to them.
Or maybe their second. I don't even know if they got the first.
I think it was the first
drive. The first drive they might have stopped them, and then the second drive maybe they got it. I don't know. But it was one, and that was it.
Let us know. Yeah, man. And then not only that, it was brought to everyone's attention last week that Michigan has the youngest roster in the Big Ten. And then you have all these redshirt freshmen starting. And yes, we understand that. And no, that's not an excuse. but it brings context to a situation that's layered, right? It was the second quarter. Thanks, GT. That's why we got you here, buddy. Was not the first drive. But regardless, team they did their damn job, John. And then what did Sharon Moore do Monday on press conference day? He wore his blue collar coat because they're still working.
It worked, didn't it?
It worked. I love that coat, John. Love that coat. Big fan of that coat. But
yeah, that's it now. And he said it's chilly outside over there at 5 a.m. in the 40 degrees, so it's nice to have a jacket.
Yeah, you need your jacket, bro. And so shout out to Michigan, man. And then now, guess what, John? And I know I guess we'll stay on topic, but I was going to go into, now we have an opportunity this week to smack somebody around. So I'm looking forward to it. But I'm just listen. Before I let you go, John, let me just say this. The team responded in the exact way they needed to respond. Fans are now, I would say, invested again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And rivals are fucking quiet. Did any rivals talk shit after that game? No, they didn't. They all were like, oh, Michigan might be figuring this out. They might be figuring this out. And guess what? They know. Because last year the same thing happened, John. Mid-October, the team got better every week. And then what happened last game of the year? Well, Michigan did the unthinkable, 113-10, right? So is that the trajectory we're on again? Well, I'll say this, John. The next 4 games look very good for us. And then we'll find out at the end of the year. But I'm very encouraged with the trajectory. The team has to maintain their focus and keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And there are a couple kind of things that I wanted to dive in a little deeper on. So obviously Bryce Underwood and his development, right, over the last few games, right, from New Mexico to now. It was clear that for the first couple of games they kind of handcuffed him, they kind of limited him, whatever word you want to say. But it does seem like he's really been doing a great job of going through his reads. He had the Pro Football Focus. He had the best freshman quarterback rating, I believe, of anybody in the country on Saturday.
He did.
77% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. And what's even more notable, and this was pointed out in multiple of the shows this week, but just the awareness, it goes beyond kind of the basic, like, oh, this guy's open, I'm going to throw to him, right? He knows the plays. He knows the plays very well. He's able to identify when a route runner is supposed to go to a certain area. He's not there yet, but he throws anyway. It's an anticipatory throw. Right. And I thought that was something that was really interesting. Bryce is able to do that even sometimes when he's faced with pressure. And that's something, the question of like, what grade would you give him right now? Well, I'd say as a true, there's 2 levels to that. As a true freshman, I give him an A+. And overall, I'd say he's at least B+. I think he's right there with some of the best true freshmen that we've seen in the last couple decades. I really do think that.
So here's something interesting. Here's a stat to kind of aid what you were hitting on, John. Check this out. So this is adjusted completion percentage. I don't know if you saw this today on Twitter. Adjusted completion percentage. Adjusted, this reduces drops. Bryce Underwood would be at a 74.6% if his wide receivers could catch the ball. Okay. But it goes to show you now. Look, Julian Sainz having an elite year. Shout out to him. We'll give him his flowers. He's having a great year. Hasn't played anyone good yet though. But but look at the names that he's up here with, right? He's above CJ Carr. Where's Michael Dallas Fanatic? Where's he at? Archman, how you doing down there at the bottom, buddy?
I want to know where Michael Campbell is right now.
I cooked his ass today, bro. And I cooked my arch rival today too. I've been getting them. Don't come at me, but don't throw rocks at the crown, buddy. But but it's good. Like, look, I'll tell you this. There's a lot of advanced metrics I've been looking at recently. Very encouraging for this program. And I'll share another one in a little bit, but there's a lot to be excited. I know Juju, we've been kind of looking at the same stuff recently. And I know this because he's been sharing the same things I've been sharing. And there's a lot to be excited about, man. I'll tell you right now, we'll see how the Saturday goes. If the team responds how I expect them to, and I know we'll talk about that more later, then I don't think the buy-in's high enough, to be honest with you. I don't think the buy-in is high enough.
Now, I want to keep this show primarily positive. I think we've been, and I think rightfully so, critical of what we've seen the last few weeks. But now it really does put a spotlight. You brought up some of the drops. It puts a spotlight now on one Samaj Morgan, because look at what you're seeing from Andrew Marsh and McCauley. Right. You now have two receivers who can catch deep. They can actually catch the football, right? Andrew Marsh has gotten to the point where he's learned the playbook enough. He's learned the positions in college enough and where to go and what to do, where Sharon Moore says he feels comfortable having him be the starting wide receiver. So now there's two options, which puts even more of a spotlight on Samaj Morgan. Just missing some gimmies, like that fourth and one play. I love that. Was one of my favorite play calls. I love the play call.
Beautiful play.
But imagine Andrew Marsh there. That's a gimme for Andrew Marsh. And then it's like, well, how long are we going to continue with the Samaj Morgan experiment?
I'll say this. I've had a lot of conversations in my personal life with Michigan fans. He is probably the biggest topic of discussion. There's a lot of frustration from the fan base on why why is Simpson not getting an opportunity? Why are they not moving Marsh to the slot and then moving Browder to the outside? Why a name that was brought up to me by someone who is a usher at Michigan games. He's in, he does the games and makes sure people get to their seats. He goes, why is Kendrick Bell not getting more opportunity? Move Marsh to the inside, Kendrick Bell to the X. Or no, I'm sorry, not the X, but the X. But regardless, point is, I don't know. It's one of those things we're gonna have to wait and see and see if is Samaj Morgan the Donovan Edwards of this season, where they just, although we would agree Edwards was not put in a position to succeed, but are they going to keep trying to fit a square into a round hole? I mean, exactly. I mean, he's outpacing. I mean, I think, Andrew Marsh is absolutely killing it. It's an interesting listen. It's one of these storylines amongst many storylines that we're watching. Most players would be benched after, to Johnny Olden's point here, he's got to catch that. When you have the history and track record Samaj Morgan has, in terms of the drops, you drop a critical 4th and 1. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. That's one of the, it is what it is right now. Let's see if another, my only assumption I can make onto why there's not a change is because no other wide receivers are stepping up to take that job. That's the only thing I can think of.
Has to be, right? It must mean that in practice, he's still the third best who's playing. Well, in any event, we will see, because obviously they'll have now.
We lost you again, brother. No bueno. No bueno. You're all right. Nope.
We're just going to rock with this. That's what
you're good.
You're good. Yeah, we're going to rock with this for today.
By
the way, I will be back on my regular setup for Saturday, because my has been cleared. It is we're going back in. We're moving back in tomorrow after 20 days being displaced due to flooding. So, yay, that is happening. Very, very, very exciting.
Very good.
But in any event, so there's for the let's kind of, because I do want to talk the O-line. We have heard some from Sharon Moore that Evan Link, it doesn't look like things that are as serious as they thought, where he might be out for the season. They expect to get Evan Link back in maybe even in a couple of games, but when you never want to hope for injury. Obviously, I want a disclaimer on that. However, you got to give Blake Frazier a serious amount of credit. Blake Frazier was the Pro Football Focus highest rated offensive lineman for the Washington game. He came into left tackle and absolutely dominated. And it does add an extra element where now you've kind of got this unit. Sprague was the second highest ranked. So Sprague has bounced back from his bad game, right? He's bounced back. Garnera has been consistently excellent. And now you're starting to see the Sharon Moore influence. You're starting to see the guys are getting coached up and things are starting to gel. I'm not saying it's 21 to 23 level, but it's definitely better than 24.
Yeah, I mean, it has the potential. I mean, I think so it's going to be interesting when Evan Link comes back, because if Frazier's going to play this well, I don't know. How do you put Link ahead of Frazier? I don't know. I mean, but yeah, Granera's looking good. Sprague's looking good. Crippen and Hadi, as crazy as that sounds, Hadi, man. I don't know what's going on with Hadi. Hadi's he's got to pick it up, brother. But yeah, I mean, the offensive line, look, here's the truth about the offensive line. Bryce has not been under a lot of duress. They've done a good job of keeping him upright. They have. They do a good enough job for our running backs to get to the second level. Now, is this offensive line elite? No, it's not, but it is good enough. I would say it's average and can play above average. I would say that's where the offensive line is. It's an average offensive line that can play above average, and it can definitely have games that are good. I mean, I think that's feasible as well. But as long as the unit plays together, plus, we're getting to the point now where cohesiveness is starting to happen. Players are starting to trust the man next to them. And they're getting used to the flow of the game. I mean, I was actually noticing this this past weekend, pro and college. You can see teams are starting to play polished football. I mean, teams are starting to get real sharp now, real clean football. And, like tackling's good. Like a lot of good things are happening at this point in the season for a lot of teams. But the point is, I think Michigan's offensive line is good enough to at least get them to where they want to get. Beat Ohio State, beat Little Brother, even though I'll be honest with you, I'm probably taking the worst approach ever to this game. I'm not giving Little Brother even an ounce of chance in this game. Spoiler when we do the preview. But beat Ohio State and get to the playoffs. Like I think these are all in front of us. These are all in front of every single one of those goals are in front of us. And this offensive line is good enough to achieve those goals, in my opinion. We'll just have to see, man. I mean, it's really one game at a time right now because they are so young. That's the other thing too, John. So, like, for example, when you have Sprague, such a young right tackle, redshirt freshman, that game was ugly last week against USC, right? But he comes back, plays well again. That's going to happen with young players, right? So it's interesting. I just thought to myself, I wish Babalola wasn't hurt, because I would love Babalola left tackle, move Frazier to left guard, move Frazier to left guard, maybe. I know that would be very not good for Al-Hadi, especially because he's in his final year, but regardless, that might be the best five. But yeah,
and
John,
there is people are asking, and by the way, we do recommend everybody super chats, just because that's the best way to get your questions read for sure. But I did catch a question. Who's the sixth? The sixth is Brady Norton.
Yeah.
So Sharon Moore has said that Brady Norton is number 6. So when they're in that 12 personnel, when they're in a 6 lineman, he's going to be that 6th guy.
Yeah.
But you brought up something interesting. So before we get to Michigan State, I think it's a good question. Like, are the playoff hopes still alive? Because if you think about it, with the schedule coming up, right? We've had most of the hard games, right? Washington was kind of the last, I would argue, like difficult or decently tough opponent. You're going into a stretch of Michigan State, Purdue, who's stinking it up right now, Northwestern, who's been pretty mid right now, and then of course, you've got.
You know what Northwestern's record is?
What's that?
John's caught my trick. I saw John was like, something's up, dude. Believe it or not, they're 5-2 right now. Northwestern is 5-2 right now. So I looked at that earlier. I mean, dude, Northwestern. By the way, I know I'm going a little off topic here. They did lose to Tulane in Oregon, but they beat UCLA, they beat Penn State, and they beat Purdue, man. I mean, so now granted, look, Penn State's been a sorry ass program. But that said, let's see what Northwestern. I mean, maybe we might want to take Northwestern too lightly, is my point. Like, that's not, not a pushover. It might be time to put Northwestern in a category of Maryland, a respectable opponent. The rest of these are bottom feeders, though.
Yeah. Well, my point is that there's really, like, every game is extremely winnable until we get to Ohio State, which I'd say is the next really tough opponent that we'll be facing.
Agree.
So with that said, I mean, it sounds like within the building, at least, the buy-in is still there, that everything's still in front of the team.
It does. And that, I think I'm gonna be real. I think now here's something we talked about. That USC game could have been a rallying point. That could have been the point in the season that really got this team together to really buy in and trust each other. And I'm thinking, if anyone watched the player interviews, I'm thinking that's the vibe I'm kind of getting. It does appear the boys are locking in, and it does appear that there's trust within this roster and this team. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think they proved to themselves against Washington that they are a good football team. And they are a good football team, John, and I love this topic. So let me share. I saw this graphic, and I want to share this graphic. There's been a lot of these going around, these metrics, John. Check this one out, though. This one's very interesting to me. This one's very fascinating. So you have college football's most efficient teams, right? And out here, we'll make it even bigger. Look where Michigan's ranked. So this is based on defensive expected points against per play, defensive expected points against per play. So this essentially cuts out all the bullshit. And what are the most efficient teams in college football? So essentially, in the top right quadrant, you have what is considered, good offense and good defense. Michigan in this graphic is literally ranked. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're ranked essentially 10th. And if you want to put them above Louisville, you can. But they're essentially top 10 in college football's most efficient teams. I'm telling you right now, I am and I'm going to let you know right now, and I know Juju hears me here. Shout to Maniac too, by the way. Shout to everybody. Shout to everybody watching the show. Thank you guys. There's a lot of these graphics since the Washington game where Michigan is literally in like the top 15. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, and I think a lot of people do know this college football season, teams are average. A lot of teams are just average, and they're not playing well. And this is one of the reasons, along with the youth of this team being the youngest team in the Big Ten, I think there's reason for freaking optimism. And if Coach Jerome Moore rallies this team, John, to your point, this graphic tells me we can be a playoff team. We unfortunately dropped the ball against USC. I do believe if we played like we did on Saturday, that game would have been a lot closer. If not, we would have won, in my opinion. Okay. That said, we lost. It is what it is. We can't change the past. All we can do is take care of business going forward. And then we have a prime opportunity to win these next 4, like we talked about, John, and then go against Ohio State at home and take care of business and get in the flipping playoffs. And that's where we are, man. Like that's where we are. I mean, I think, like I said, I think there should be a little more buy-in on this team, but I can understand a cautious, optimistic approach.
Sure.
But I'm just going to tell you right now, if this team plays well from this point forward, there's a lot of reason to be excited next year. There's a lot of reason. So yeah, I'll be honest. I'm very encouraged with not only the way we played, just to close on my end, John, I'm very encouraged with how we played against Washington, but I'm extremely encouraged when you look at the metrics against the other teams in college football, where Michigan is ranking. We're essentially a top 15 team in a lot of categories, guys. It's crazy.
It's true. Listen, I think that the nice thing about having the schedule shake out like this, and I'll give you Northwestern might be headed into a Maryland tier of being a bit more respectable. That's fine. I'll grant you that. These games are still confidence builders for a really young team. This is the youngest team in the Big Ten. And we can't forget that. Michigan is the youngest team in the Big Ten. And so even though they're exceptionally talented, a lot of them just had their senior prom 5-6 months ago, right? So, there does need to be a bit of like they need to have some games like against Michigan State, against Purdue, against some of these opponents to just build even more confidence, because the first half of the season was not easy, right?
No.
You had to go to Norman, Oklahoma. You had to go to Nebraska, to USC. These are difficult opponents. This was not an easy beginning for the youngest team in the Big Ten. But credit to Sharon Moore to rally the team, to get them right, and to instill some discipline, because clearly he's doing that with Jasper Parker and some of these things that he's now doing on the sidelines more. He seems to be kind of embracing his role a little bit more. And there's another
So wearing a blue collar shirt, John, like your point, rallying the team. Shirt. The team's buying in, John. Like, that's to your point, man. Like, this was today in the interviews,
yeah.
Look at this. Here's a quote from Trey Williams. People laughed about the shirts and jackets, but this means something here. You know what I'm saying? So good for Sharon, man. Like, honestly. Like, good for him. I'm telling you right now, man. Like, one thing we said, John, and we never wavered. We want to see Sharon succeed. The team just was not performing well. And guess what? The team knew it, which is why they had a very fiery ass week last week, a very physical practice. They got into coaches, they got into players, they called each other out, they looked in the mirror, and hopefully that was the reality check needed to turn the season in the right direction, because it was potentially trending in the wrong way. They didn't show up against USC. They knew that. But that's good. Sometimes you got to get smacked in the face, man. That's what makes sports so great. How do you respond? Teams responding so far.
And we do have to remember, right, that USC did have an extra week to prepare for Michigan. We've got to remember that travel was a factor. I understand that Indiana didn't have that problem going to Eugene to Oregon, but still, right, with a young team added on to that, like, we have to acknowledge that there were some factors working, like there was a lot working against Michigan, right, in that USC game. Yeah. And it does look like a lot of those issues, a lot of those situations have reversed. And I will say, especially the second half against Washington, it looked like Michigan football again. It looked like Michigan football, establishing the run, establishing dominance in the trenches, interceptions, classic Michigan football.
Mm-hmm. Can't hear you, brother. We lost you again. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, to John's point, though, really, Michigan looked like Michigan football. And that was actually the most encouraging sign for me on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is it looked like, John, because we talked about it. I mean, I made a comment. I said, John, we are no longer the bully on the field. You know what I mean? We were getting bullied. USC, Oklahoma, But then, no. Hold on. We play Washington. No, we're still bullies. We still run this shit, right? So the team still got that fight in them. And the truth is, too, they're learning how to win, right? You have a young team. You're learning how to win. Again, a lot to be encouraged. There's a lot to be encouraged. Listen, have we made it? No, we haven't made it.
No.
The team's still got to keep climbing, right? You're still climbing, but there's a lot. I think I'm telling you, the more I just think about the Washington game, the way it responded, that the fact you have the locker room still bought in is so critical. And then just when you look at the metrics, Michigan compared to the rest of college football, I'm telling you, man. Like I'm telling you, Michigan is up there in a lot of categories, and as a whole, Michigan. All right, the last thing I'll say also on that, Michigan
Sure.
is essentially, which I think if you asked a lot of fans, they would say, no, we're not a complete team. We're not a complete. We're not a complete team. Wrong. The metrics tell us that Michigan is a top 15 complete team in college football right now. That just goes to show you, though, how the rest of college football is playing. There's just a lot of average ass teams, man. Like, and I think who was it? There was a comment made, was it Charlie Baker, who said NIL is showing more parity in college football, and that may very well be the case, and that might be why you have college football almost seems a little watered down, to be honest with you. I do think it'll shift. I do think it'll shift. I do expect some elite powerhouses to essentially emerge again. And again, shout out to our rival we hate the most, Ohio State, for maintaining superiority right now. But we're coming for you. But again, but yeah, I mean it's an interesting year for college football. But like we said, John, young team, but a lot of promising things to it.
Absolutely. So you know what? We'll stick with. I'm gonna stick with 10-2 for right now. I'm back on the 10-2 train. Let's win out. Why not? Why not? All right, TJ, we got a couple super chats. So we got GT. John needs to stop staying at Third Base Investigations Motel when he travels. Yeah. So we'll look into that for the future.
GT, he got a free room, and now you know why. You know what I mean? He's hacking your computer, John, getting all your information. Bullshit. I don't care if it's free, John. Go to the Marriott.
Yeah. This is what Renter's Insurance covers, folks. This is it. So what do you
GT, it's 4D chest. You flood John's apartment. You hack into the insurance company's shit, right? And then you're like, we'll pay for John's apartment. Third Base Investigation Hotel. Ridiculous, dog. I mean, what are we doing here, man?
That's ridiculous. It. Michigander really wants to talk recruiting. And so he has sent in a super chat. So 2027, 6'5", 5-star wide receiver Manshan Sales was on campus. We had some people on campus.
Yeah, so he visited on Saturday. Guys, he didn't even look. By all accounts, the visit went well. And I will be honest, there's not a recruiting update today because there's just not enough news in my opinion, to really talk about it. But I will say, listen, he left and went to Notre Dame. He went to in the same day, right? So he didn't even stay for the whole game for Michigan. But and I do know On3's RPM, which I don't love, has Michigan currently in the lead for Manshan Sales, or however you pronounce his first name. But at the end of the day, it's so early in this recruitment, and he is very sought after. We'll see. Right now, I think Dakota Garan is in a good position for Michigan. Another big time wide receiver. Michigan's actually in a good, at least in a good at this point in the 2027 cycle, which is over a year away. Listen, they're building relationships. They're at least and listen, this offense is way more attractive than last year's offense, right? So, and we have the NIL, we have, so we'll see, man. It's just so early, and right now, to be fully transparent, we're in flip season right now, and I know. Look, we're getting to the start of November, and I'm gonna tell you why. You want to know why it's quiet? Nobody wants to outbid themselves right now. They all know what's up. They all it is so quiet in recruiting across the board. It's because so many teams already filled up. Nobody wants to offer the big contract until the final weeks of signing day. So I'm thinking things will pick up in November, but we'll see where it goes. It's interesting.
Well, and especially with Penn State and some of these teams that they fired their coach,
John,
which means there's that transfer portal window where players and recruits can Spell has Michigan in his visit list. And a couple others, like the Penn State thing was big.
Right. To your point, John. So, yeah, the number one running back in the nation for 2027 is Spell. Now, Notre Dame has a prediction for him, but who knows what that even means, really? Again, early in the process. But Michigan's going to get one of the visits. And I don't know. I'll say this, though. I'm not trying to sell nobody on Spell because I do believe Michigan spent a lot of money on Hyder. I don't anticipate they're going to go back-to-back number one running backs. That's might not be the wisest of investments, especially when you got a kid named Jasper Parker who looks like he's a pretty solid ass running back as well. But yeah. So listen, with the firing at Florida, right? With the firing at Penn State, with more coaches going to be losing jobs. I mean, shit. Jonathan Smith might be fired after this weekend. Okay, like the fan base is so out.
Nick March, hello.
Yeah, what's up, Nick? How we doing, buddy? Meet Andrew, your brother. But
hey, the Marshes. We've got the Marshalls, and now we got the Marshes.
Exactly, dude.
Brother from another mother.
Exactly. So yeah. But yeah, so look, teams are gonna be picking off these players, bro. Like it's gonna be flip season shortly. And I don't think Michigan's gonna be quiet. I do think they're gonna be, and I'll tell you this too. I'll tell you this now, I don't have any, this is just feel, this is just vibe, right? I do feel if Michigan continues to play at this level, donors are gonna be extremely motivated, man. So we'll see, man. I'm waiting for recruiting to heat up a little bit before we start covering it more aggressively. It's so lay low right now, and everyone's bullshitting too. That's the other thing too, is like the Nick Abrams situation. Like everyone's just posturing. They're using teams to negotiate higher, and nobody's being aggressive because there's still time on the clock, and it's all a negotiation game right now, and it's interesting to observe. But in my opinion, there's not a lot. Although there is a kid, the offensive lineman. Why can't I remember his name? He's like a 3-star, likely flipping to Michigan soon. But that's where we are. And I'll just say this: it doesn't raise my excitement meter. He's a project tackle who may or may not develop into a player that can contribute.
Yeah. Yeah. And it does seem like obviously the Sales had his visit, and as news picks up, of course, we're going to cover it. But just right now, not a lot going on. And, but we will keep you updated when things happen, as we always do. We always tell you when there's stuff going on. So keep it tuned. All right, folks, we do want to give our wonderful sponsors a little bit more love here. So of course, Win Agency put together a little video for us, and I love that we could play this one now. The Win version of the video. Open enrollment is here. Win Agency.
Hey, Michigan fans! Another exciting win for the Maize and Blue. With temperatures getting colder and the games getting more intense, we know open enrollment for health insurance is right around the corner. Open enrollment for 2026 goes from November 1st to December 15th for those who want a January 1st effective date. Let Win Agency take care of your health plan so you can spend more time and energy following our amazing team. Give us a call or visit our website today. Go Blue!
Go Blue, Win Agency. Appreciate them, man. Appreciate them.
Yeah, they are awesome. And if there's any needs, if anybody has any needs, life, health, the links are right there, folks. You literally can't miss them. Check out the self-serve options to consider life insurance or health insurance right there in the chat.
It doesn't hurt to get a quote. See if they can get you a better, better rates. So give them a shot.
And let's not forget that we've got Healthy Dogma. That's right, folks. You got life insurance, you got health insurance, but what about something for your 4-legged best friend, right? Healthy Dogma.
I'm going nowhere.
Every Michigan fan knows the feeling of family, and for many of us, that includes our dogs. Healthy Dogma believes in feeding them like family with ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. Order healthydogma.com using code 25GoBlue to save 25%. That's right, people. For our community, they have offered 25% off. So I would give them a shot.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Investing in your dog's food, even your own food, by the way, so not to go to your own food, but yes, your dog's food, that's health, right? That's an investment that saves on medical bills, that keeps longevity. This is true. I'm not even selling you anything. I'm talking from my own person. This is why, again, I have vouched for this company because listen, I learned about the dog food game about 8 years ago, about what's in their food and like how not good it is and it's filler, and you want to give your dog healthy, nutritious food. This is, the reason why dogs develop so many ailments is they're not getting the nutrition. They're not getting the healthy food. You want to keep your dog healthy, right? So again, another reason why I'm very excited to partner with this company, because it matters, man. And, and listen, and I know like some people are hesitant to switch dog foods because, there is an adjustment period typically, but give them a shot, a shot. And, see what the food does for your dog. Very happy to have them a part of our channel. And again, 25% off, 25 Go Blue.
And here's the thing. You can try out something like the duck flavor soft bones. Just try out a treat. Give your, you got some good boys, some good girls, and they deserve a treat.
Yeah.
Okay. Get a healthy dog, get some healthy dog treats and start there. You don't need to reinvent the wheel necessarily.
Right. Exactly. And so, and like I said, again, not selling, just telling.
Yeah.
I am buying Healthy Dogma product because I believe in it. So give it a shot, see if it works for you.
There it is. All right. So now it's time to talk little brother. And for the first time this season, little brother.
Who are they?
Michigan State, I guess.
Oh, we're playing a MAC school. We're playing a MAC school this week, huh?
That's what it sounds like. It's interesting because normally we have special guests and we try to be respectful when we have a media guest who's giving their time. Right. Well, they didn't want to come on and talk about Michigan State this week.
Yeah. So a little transparency to the audience. So we have tried to get we have gotten a guest for every team, have we not, John?
Every single team.
We reached out to multiple Michigan State representatives or people who covered the team, fans of the team. They're shook. Listen, they're not having a good time. They don't want to come here and talk football. They know what's going down Saturday. I know it. You know it. They know it. We're rubbing their noses in it. I'm telling you right now. And I know there's a lot of fans. Hey, listen, and my dad's like this. My dad's one of those. It's a rivalry game. You never know what can happen. F that. We're rubbing their nose in it. I'm confident. I don't give a shit. Take notes, receipts, laminate it. I don't even care. I feel good about this game, John. And these people are too afraid, respectfully, to come talk ball on a podcast. And I'm gonna tell you what, there's nothing to be excited about. They have to live through Ohio State. That's what they're going through right now. They want their coach fired. They want their coach fired. So we're going to do you a favor, guys. Little brother, don't say we never did nothing for you. We're going to rub your nose in it. We're going to beat your ass. And you know what? We're going to help you get your coach fired. All right. That's our gift to you. All right.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And Sharon Moore talked about it, TJ, and his introduction to the rivalry was the 2018 season when Devin Bush, or 17 or 18, when Devin Bush was we had that whole lineup of Michigan State players and everything that was going on in that game. That was Sharon Moore's first exposure to the rivalry. And you throw out the rule book, you do, right? Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But what I would say, Michigan's favored, according to FanDuel, who sponsors this segment. Thank you to FanDuel. Put in $5, get 300 in bonus bets. You got the link right there in the chat for that. Bet responsibly. But FanDuel has 14.5 Michigan favored, despite the fact that Michigan's going to East Lansing for this game. So Saturday, it'll actually be 7:45 p.m. Eastern on NBC, right? So 7:45 NBC, and over-under is 49.5. So they expect a team to score, but that team is the Maize and Blue primarily.
How is Michigan State going to get any points if we get 50? Shut out. Because they're projecting us to get 50. So how's Michigan State's not going to score, I guess. Okay.
And very recently we had a 49-0 game just 2 years ago with JJ Goat Carthy. So there it is. And so I've got a couple of stats, and I will say this in all seriousness. Aiden Childs is, in my opinion, a pretty good quarterback.
Quality.
Okay?
I agree. He is good. I agree.
He's a dual threat quarterback. He has the second highest amount of rushing yards on Michigan State's team. Aiden Childs, he's got a 65% completion percentage, 10 for 3, 10 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And he can run the ball. And so you have to watch out for that, have a spy for that. We did, of course, just deal with, I think, a similar type quarterback in Damon Williams. So at least the guys are ready. Wink is ready for a dual threat quarterback, given that we just had to deal with one on Saturday, right? So I think that's a decent part of this. I do think that the run game for them is somewhat decent. I mean, Mekhi Frazier is their highest rusher, 384. I mean, we have a significantly better running game than that. So I mean, I think their passing yards are almost at 1,500 for the season. So they have about double the passing yardage to the rushing yardage. So it does seem like they'll probably focus on their receivers with a sprinkling of Aiden Childs, quarterback counter, RPO, things like that. Michigan's defense is going to probably need to just have a spy, factor in some of those things. What do you think is going to need to happen to kind of shut down Michigan State's offense here?
I think the same game plan you had against Washington, you implement against Michigan State. Michigan State's offense is ranked 16th in the Big Ten, guys. 16th in the Big Ten. Not a very powerful offense. Look, they have obviously a respectable quarterback who's actually fairly efficient this year. 10 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. But do not let Childs run. So what do, John? Same thing you did last week against Washington, right? You rush 4. You have everyone handle their gap and zone responsibilities. And you just take care of business. You stay persistent and consistent, dude. Persistent and consistency is the name of the game for this defense. Do not overrush. And if the buzz is true, and I know there's some people talking, actually, I haven't really heard too many people talk about it, but the buzz is true that Lamar Morgan is assisting in the game plan now. And I think the buzz is true, by the way. Then I expect the game plan to be similar. I do. Now, of course, Michigan has film on this. Michigan did adjust themselves from previous games. But yeah, I think you play the same way. You play gap responsible. Mm-hmm. You do not allow him to get outside. You contain him, right? You do not overcommit. You do not cut in. You do not lose gap responsibility. And then you can hold Childs. And look, Nick Marsh is a legitimate threat. Okay. Nick Marsh is a legitimate threat. Omari Kelly has produced on a similar level to Nick Marsh. Now, not in terms of touchdowns, but yes, in terms of yards. So look, there is some threat, but guys, Michigan State's offense is not even on the same level as Washington's offense, right? So, yeah. So I mean, it's just to me, that's the same game plan is what you do, is how you attack it.
Yeah, heavy zone. And I think in addition to that, just making sure that when you're blitzing at the right times. You're not over blitzing, because those linebackers, right, if they stay where they're supposed to be, and everybody, and there's plenty of coverage, then what was Damon Williams not able to do last week? He wasn't able to find an open receiver like in the second half, because what did Wink do? He adjusted his game plan. He stopped blitzing so much, and it started looking a little bit more like Jesse Menner. Less blitzing, more protections, and what happened? They weren't able to do anything in the second half.
Right, and exactly. And you also do not let him improvise with his legs. That was the other thing we did to Williams. We didn't let him get out. We didn't let him improvise. We kept him like, dude, he wanted to run. But the other thing too is our linebackers are playing really well too. I mean, we just are. Like our back seven did their job. So yeah, I mean, I think you just implement that same game plan. Now regarding, well, actually, if you want, I don't know if you want to jump to Michigan State's defense, John.
Right.
Okay. So do you know what Michigan State's defense is ranked in the Big Ten, John?
18th.
I know you're damn close. 17th, John. 7th. Last place is Rutgers. So they are in, listen to the company Michigan State's with. Purdue, Rutgers, and believe it or not, this is kind of crazy. Illinois is ranked 15th, bro. Who would have thought they'd fall so hard?
That's shocking on defense.
It's a little shocking. Yeah, total defense. But yeah, so, look, I know Michigan can take advantage of this defense. If Haynes plays, which he is practicing, word is he's practicing.
Sounds like he's going to play.
Yeah. This offensive line with the unit we just had, I mean, how many sacks? I guess let's just look it up real quick, John. How many sacks?
One. Or sorry, sacks, not interceptions.
They have 13 sacks on
13 sacks, 1 interception.
13. Yep. So, not great, less than 2 a game. So, I mean, look, if we can keep Bryce clean,
or 3 total interceptions.
We should cook this defense, man. And we should, with Chip Lindsey's fucking creativity, bro, we have a pretty balanced attack. Marshall, Haynes. Now you got Marsh and McCauley, and hopefully Klein's back. I don't know. I don't have any word or any update on what's going on there, but if Klein's back, I mean, that's enough. It's enough. It's enough to where this offense should be able to take advantage of this defense. Again, I'm bullish. I think we rub their nose in it, and I think we put up a lot of points, man. And I think their fans are going to be sick.
I'd love to see a Central Michigan-like approach here in terms of heavy. Like, definitely, you're going to see the run. You're going to see the linemen just opening up giant holes for Haynes and Marshall to run through. Maybe a little Jasper Parker, but it's going to be if Haynes is back, it's going to be a Haynes and Marshall probably splitting a lot of carries. Both of them are going to play. I expect to see maybe 250, 300 rushing yards and 200 at least passing yards. I could absolutely see Andrew Marsh and McCauley going for touchdowns. And it might be a good game to try out somebody else at the slot. I don't know. Just rotate. Yeah. Just a little bit of rotation. Just a little rotation.
Well, check this out, John. So Michigan's offense is ranked 45th in the nation, which, by the way, I said if it was I was looking for 50 to 70th, man. Okay, they're already exceeding my goals.
I said if it got top 40, I would be thrilled.
Yeah, and to be honest, John, it's trending that way. I feel very confident we will hit top 40. The Michigan State is ranked 108th in offense. Defensively, Michigan is 24th in the nation. People are probably like, 24th? That's crazy. I mean, because it is. I would have thought we wouldn't be ranked even that high the way it's played before. Michigan State's defense is 87th in the nation.
Whoops.
Okay, like I'm telling you, dog. I just feel really good about this game. I don't know. And I know it's a rivalry game and teams play down and up to their competition, but the boys seem locked in and the Spartans are searching for answers, man.
Well, I think we're getting to this. We're getting to this part now. So why don't we talk keys to the game and score predictions? And just for fun, since there's no Michigan State guest, just for fun, what would Michigan State have to do to win? Like, honestly, like they are going to be in their house. So there is always that little bit of.
They would need to hire Connor. I'm just kidding.
That's it. Connor Stallions. That's it.
I mean, all right, all right. You're right, John. Let's take it serious. They would need to get pressure on Bryce Underwood. They would need to win the turnover battle. Okay. You win the turnover battle, get pressure on Bryce Underwood. And they would have to play, in my opinion, an aggressive game plan, meaning going forward on 4th and 1s, and converting and not punting when you're at your own 50-yard line and it's 4th and 2 and taking those advantages. That's how I think the only way Michigan State can win is being aggressive, winning the turnover battle, and making Bryce Underwood uncomfortable.
Yeah, Michigan would have to make. I think Michigan would have to make a lot of mistakes, and Michigan State would have to capitalize on those mistakes.
Turnover battle, yeah, and then right, and that's what it would have to be. I mean, they would have to stay ahead of Michigan. They'd have to get ahead early, and they'd have to be able to maintain the lead. And also, I mean, I guess try and win time of possession, but I just can't even see it. Their running game is not even on our level. Like it's just not. I guess let's look at that. Where do we rank in terms of running game? Rushing offenses. Let's look. Michigan is 3rd. Michigan State is 14th. We are just not even in the same freaking realm, bro. We're just not. They're not. This is a little league. We're playing JV, bro. Yeah, it's just
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's just there's nothing.
If Michigan plays like they did in the second half of Washington, I think we're in really good shape. And the good news is, even though this is an away game, technically, it's a lot less of an away game than the USC game was. Right?
I'm interested.
Same time zone. You take a bus. You don't take a plane.
Right.
Real, like it's nowhere near the same universe.
I'm interested to see the turnout in the stands. I think Michigan's going to have a presence. Their fans don't want to spend money on a ticket to watch their team get dragged. And that fan base is out on Jonathan Smith. They are literally living through Ohio State right now. If you look at any of their posts, look at this. Fuck it. I'm going to show you some wild shit. I'm going to show you something crazy. I think it's crazy. Did you see Justin Spiro's post?
Oh, do we have to? Man,
yes, because this is the state of the fan base, man. And he ain't the only one. I've seen it. Can I find it? Where did it go? I gotta find it. Damn. How do I not have it? But this is the state of the fan base. This is not the only person I've seen. Okay, I got it. This is not I've seen a lot of them do this. This is Spiro, right?
Oh, good Lord.
I do have a soft spot for Ryan Day. It's literally a fucking
love letter to Ryan Day.
Love letter to Ryan fucking Day, bro. They are living through Ohio State, man. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. They have nothing to talk about. They are so... Day smiled. I wished him well. You kidding me? I'm not gonna lie. I called him a cuck. Bro. You're cucking, dude. You are a legal ass. Bro, that is the saddest shit I've ever seen. Dog, do not. I mean, look, I love Kurt Signetti. I'm not making a love letter. Not happening. I got respect for Kurt Signetti. I think he's a damn good coach. Yeah. That's as far as it goes. Yeah. Ridiculous, bro. I mean, but dude, he's not the only one. I've seen a lot of these Spartans. Literally, they're living through Ohio State, bro. They are getting their enjoyment. They're hoping that they can get a victory over Michigan through Ohio. It's embarrassing. Most Big Ten teams don't even root for other Big Ten teams unless it's Indiana, because that's a fun story. But even people don't even like Kurt Signetti. Northwestern, that's a fun story, I guess. But end of the day,
5-2. Yeah.
Most Big Ten fans are not rooting for Big Ten fans unless you're playing the SEC, because the SEC is annoying as shit. But yeah, man, it's wild. It's I'm gonna tell you right now, the state of that program. I know we're off topic a little bit here. It's got to be one of the lowest right now. They have no answers, and guess what? Here's the fun part, John. They're gonna do the buyout for Jonathan Smith. Then they're gonna have to pay for a coach, and then they're gonna have to take the time to rebuild that program back. They're so effed. And guess what? Here's the best part of all. They don't even have the resources to give to their coach to succeed. That's why Jonathan Smith can't even do well there. They don't even have the resources to give their coach to even be competitive because the donors are not bought in. Hilarious.
Watch them bring back D'Antonio just for interim or a year.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. He's all they got. Dude, they're hoping. And listen, I'm not gonna make fun of them too hard here because I get it. They're hoping they can get Urban Meyer, or a lot of them. Here's the other thing A lot of them are like, oh, we want James Franklin. We want James. Now, listen, do I agree James Franklin could? I know. So do I agree James Franklin could get your program to a level? I do. I think James Franklin can build your program to a borderline playoff level, some years in, some years out. But we all know James Franklin cannot take you any further. Like he's just, he can build a program, but he can't reach the mountaintop. He'll get you to a point in the mountain, but he can't get you all the way. Right.
Here's what I'm feeling, TJ.
Yeah.
I'm feeling James Franklin to Florida State. That's what I'm feeling. Why? Because he'd be able to play a cupcake soft schedule with pretty much 10 easy wins every year. He'll have 1 to 2 tough games that he'll lose, and he'll go to the playoff every year. It's perfect for him.
And guess what? For those who maybe be unaware, he already has SEC experience. He was the head coach at Vanderbilt. So, like, he knows the area, right? Like, he knows that's not anything new to him. So, interesting. I was thinking potentially Florida. So we're not too far off.
Lane Kiffin.
Kiffin. Well, no, you're right. I agree. But are they going to do it? But are they going to do it? Right. I mean, and wasn't there a report that Ole Miss was going to, I don't know if it happened or not. Weren't they going to give Lane Kiffin an extension once the James Franklin news happened?
They should. If they want to keep him, they better.
Yeah,
they
no
better
shit.
Do what
because,
Indiana did.
I mean, if I was Lane Kiffin, I think I would rather go to Florida State than Florida. ACC, a little bit easier.
Yeah, I get it.
Because look what we did, and not only that, look what Lane Kiffin did at Florida Atlantic. So I mean, either so he has. Regardless, we're a little off topic, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So many coaches are going to be fired. Like it's not even done yet. The coach cares.
State of NIL, bud. It's the state of NIL in this sport now. You don't get 10 years to be mediocre anymore because these players are getting paid in some cases millions of dollars.
Right.
So you've got to perform. It's no longer you can't be Kirk Ferentz and be mid for 5 years and then you have one good year and then 5 mid years, and it's not going to be like that anymore for a lot of these schools, right? So just getting back to score predictions.
The game.
What do you think is going to happen with the score here?
Well, I guess let's give our keys. What's our keys for Michigan, right?
Fair.
And then we'll get into that.
All right, fair.
Keys for Michigan. It's protect Bryce. Just make sure he's good. Just protect Bryce. Don't let anyone hit our quarterback, all right? No one touches Batman. Okay? Secondly, get 7. I don't need 3. I don't know what's going on with Zavada right now. It's not that, and I'm not out on Zavada either. We know he's an elite kicker. There's just something mental that can be overcome, but just get 7.
It's kicker yips. Almost all of our kickers have gone through at least a couple of games one season of the yips. It's Moody had the yips for a couple games. Nordine had the yips sometimes. We know that off and on.
Right. Yep.
And then I think Moody just a small patch.
But yeah, I mean, because here's the other thing too. I want Michigan. I want Sharon Moore. Remember when Sharon Moore shot that arrow at Ryan Day?
Yes.
That?
Loved that.
That was a good time. I want Sharon Moore. I want him to be aggressive. I want him going for it on 4th and 2. I want him going for it when we're at the 49-yard line. You're in that area of should you kick it, should you punt it, should you go for it? I want him to be aggressive. I really want to rub Michigan State's nose in it. So be aggressive. Even though I don't think it matters, I think we're going to win anyways. I'll be honest. I just want him to be aggressive and being selfish. Be aggressive, protect Bryce, and get 7. And we're going to win this game. That, in my opinion. Although I should say, to be accurate, listen, play responsible, rush 4, play good back-end defense. Don't allow Aiden Childs to improvise with his feet. We're going to win the game. And it's the only way State is in the game is if Childs has the game of his life and they win the turnover battle. That's it. Mm-hmm. No other way.
Yeah. And Michigan under Jim Harbaugh and Sharon Moore, one thing is they're fired up for rivalry games, specifically Michigan State and Ohio State. even when they have those games where they're sleeping through, Michigan State, Ohio State, Michigan shows up every time in this decade, since at the very least they come close, right? Obviously, Michigan State had that win in 21, but then Michigan takes over. So I think for me, for keys to the game, it's really going to be playing sound fundamental football, win the trenches again, just like against Washington, run the ball security, but also don't be afraid to let Bryce take shots. Bryce is going to have opportunities to take shots. Let him do it. And then just obviously, like you said, win the turnover battle, win time of possession. This is going to be a time of possession. Like, I could see Michigan having like a 10-minute drive in the fourth quarter to just drive bring a ton of clock off in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And Mark says, TJ, don't forget pound the rock. Yeah, I mean, look, if you take it, listen, I did not take the keys of the game serious. I should have, but yes, you're right. Time possession, pound the rock, protect Bryce Underwood, and get pressure on Aiden Childs is probably the true keys of the game. But yeah, John, I mean, agree with your point there. I don't know. I mean, let me ask you this, John, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your concern level with this game? Chat, let us know on a scale of 1 to 10. And be honest, what's your concern level with this game? 10 being
1 being not concerned.
Yeah, 1 being not concerned, 10 being concerned. It's a rivalry game. Anything can happen type shit.
2.
Yeah, I'm at maybe I would say a 2. A 2. I just am not. I'm like, now listen, if if we're wrong, shit, we're gonna, listen, that's on us. That's on us. Oh, GT scared, huh? No, I'm just kidding. Michigander. Wow,
Michigander's getting in there.
I'll tell you this though.
I think this is the rivalry. This is rivalry.
Juju's at a 4. That surprises me. Actually, this is actually interesting. We should ask this question. It's interesting to see these reactions.
It's a good question.
It is a good question. We should have asked this earlier. But no, I mean, listen, I got none but respect for those who are honest, and shit, Kirk's at a 6. Wow. I mean,
wow.
It's potentially possible. I'm not old enough to be too concerned about this rivalry, even though we just went through one of the best runs by Michigan State in the D'Antonio era. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm arrogant. I don't know, but I just am not concerned. I just think we're gonna run these dudes out. Yeah, but it's interesting to see all that. But I also once we give our score predictions, I got another tweet I want to share about these sad Spartans. Are we ready for our predictions, or did you have another key to the game, John?
Go for it.
37-10. 37-10 is what I think is going to go down.
I'm thinking 34-0.
Okay, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Michigan.
Because if we can hold Washington to 7, there's not a reason Michigan. I mean, listen, it's football. Shit happens, but yeah, I don't know, man. I maybe I'm overconfident, but I really think we're gonna beat this team by more than 20. I know the spread's what, 14.5, John?
14.5.
14.5. I think, I'll be honest, take the points. I think we whoop these dudes' ass. I think Michigan is getting hot at the right time. I think they're playing together at the right time. And I think Michigan State is I think their fan base is out on the program. And I just don't think the team is that good. Period. Now here's a fun little, check this one. See, this is what I mean, John, by Spartans living through others. Check this meme out. What do you notice here, John? Spartans versus everybody. Okay, this guy here.
Oh, they're stealing Michigan's thing.
But look at this. You got, hey, look, we won a natty, and then you got Alabama, Georgia, Big Ten, Ohio State. They're all talking. Hey, no one cares. Where's little brother, bro? Because they ain't even in this conversation.
Yeah,
they ain't even in this conversation, John. That's my point. This dude is putting up a meme on a tweet I did, of course. And it's not even related to Michigan State. What are you doing?
Well,
clown shit, bro.
Michigan's last national championship was 1966.
Michigan State, yeah.
Michigan
Yeah,
State, yeah.
And mind you, for those who don't know, does anyone know what occurred in the 60s that allowed Michigan State to even have those good teams?
Paying players?
Well, there was
Maybe.
segregation. And
yeah.
Bear Bryant was sending good athletes north and then went to Michigan State. Only reason those teams got what they were in the 60s, man. They're a good team. GT says the Korean War. I don't think that was the 60s, GT. I think that was the 50s.
50s, yeah. My grandpa was in the 50s. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right, GT. 50s, 60s, it's all the same, right?
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, we got a couple of super chats here before we wrap up. We got JR Morris with the 10. Lil, if you want to put in your super chat, now's the time. JR Morris with the 10. Lil Bro has nothing to lose. They will pull out all of the stops. I predict they will be pass heavy and try to expose our young secondary. I also think they will try to confuse them with trick plays. Go Blue. I don't disagree with you with JR. I do think that Jonathan Smith is going to throw the kitchen sink out to try to do what he can. Guess who also did that? New Mexico tried trick plays. New Mexico tried all these different things. What happened? We beat them pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I think I don't know. I agree. I think Michigan's going to be aggressive here. And now I'll say this too. If Justice Haynes plays and he's balling out, they're going to give him the rock. Oh shit, my bad. Wait, he's saying, they're going to go pass heavy on us and try to expose our young second. You know what?
Yeah. Michigan State. Michigan State's being passed. Well, and Michigan State does have double the passing yardage for the year.
What is their? Do they have double the passing yards on their? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Let me look. Let me just double check something right now. What is their run offense ranked? So their rushing offense is ranked 14th in the nation. Yeah, they. Well, here's the other thing too. They're going to have to be pass heavy because they're going to be playing behind. So they're going to be pass. You're right. So JR is correct. My bad, JR, for not reading this properly. Yeah, no, they're going to be pass heavy. They're going to be playing behind. And, we could be better in our run fits. I mean, Jayshon Barnes got to make sure he maintains the edge. He's been getting caught, being sucked in. But I think we'll be fine. This isn't the offense that scares me. I mean, to be honest, this is really good practice for us on the road, a rival, and it allows us to get better. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Absolutely. Michigander, and I said this earlier, can't overlook Lil Bro. We are their Super Bowl. Whatever their best shot is, they will give it to us. Things they haven't run on offense, we will get it. This is their season-saving game. Yeah,
You're right.
I agree.
You're not wrong, but they're garbage. So I don't know. I just can't say I got a lot of faith in Sparty making it a close game, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, TJ could have a hard L, but I just don't. I think Michigan's going to blow them out. I think we're going to win by 20 plus.
Take the over. That's what I would say. GT is here with the 5 saying MSU wanting to get rid of Smith is insane. He is the best coach they could hope for with the current state of their program. Yeah, but they want Urban Meyer. GT.
The only way, if they're going to land an upgrade, they have to do what Michigan did with Dusty May. They have to present. I shouldn't even give them the secret. They're going to watch this and they're going to figure it out.
Yeah, they're going to watch it and then take the secret.
Listen, what Michigan did with Dusty May is they presented him an NIL strategy, an NIL plan. Here's how we can get the talent here. Here's how we can become a winner. Dusty fully bought into it. He had NIL guarantees. That would be the only way Michigan State could land a serious coach. They would have to do NIL guarantees, have donor buy-in, and literally build a plan. And their collective would have to have their shit together. From my understanding, the collective does not have their shit together. And also from my understanding, I think they have boards of trustees. They don't have regents. I don't know. I could be wrong, but they either have board of trustees or they have regents, whatever. They're just not aligned with the Is the board of trustees? Yeah. Their board of trustees are not aligned with their athletic department. Their athletic department's not aligned with the collective. Like from my understanding, it's a lot of, dysfunction, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't see them getting it together. But the only way they could land a bigger fish than Jonathan Smith is if they can put together an actual blueprint like Michigan did for Dusty May. But I don't have faith that they will. But I guess you never. And here's the other reason why I don't have faith. They're billionaire donors, Ishbia, Gilbert. They don't want to give money to the athletic department anymore because they have pro teams. And we're dealing with the same thing with Stephen Ross, by the way. Stephen Ross doesn't want to give money to the athletic department either because he has a pro team.
Right. And he doesn't really like paying players.
Well, he doesn't like playing. Yeah, he's like, his quote, if I'm paying pro players, why am I paying college players? Because you love your school, Steven. Come on.
Do you love winning? Do you love Michigan?
Yeah, because you ain't winning in Miami, dog. You ain't winning in Miami.
Oh man, no, they aren't. Holy
you made a
crap,
poor hire with your head coach. Poor hire.
He is. Yeah. He's already seeing himself on a beach somewhere, Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. Mike McDaniel's
he's
gone.
seeing himself on an island with a bag of something, magic dust. And we'll just say that. And galaxy far away.
He's going to Amsterdam. He's going to Amsterdam.
Oh man. All right, folks. Well, that was it for us. Obviously, we do have one more super chat. East Landfill forever and always. There it is.
East we're taking the trash out. We're taking the trash out Saturday night.
Boom. There's still listen, there's still guys who remember the tunnel. There's still guys in the Moore. There's still guys who remember some of the just shady and backhanded shit that some of the Spartans have done.
Bro, we didn't even bring up Aiden Child's comment about that. Did you see what he said?
No, all I saw was he said, "I don't care about the fans." I remember hearing about that one.
He definitely did. We should have that clipped. Fuck, where is it? Of course I can't find it. I don't know. He essentially said, like, damn it. Did I like it? Oh no. I don't know. John might not be able to find it in time. But essentially he was like, we start shit, like Michigan starts shit, and they know that we do. They just want to focus on the game. Like, shut up. You guys are the biggest instigators of all this shit. Like, you know what's crazy about John, I put out a poll today. I said, what fan base is worse, Ohio State or Michigan State? And believe it or not, I'm sure you can. Ohio State is winning, but a lot of people, I actually think Michigan State's the worst fan base because they talk and they got no reason to talk. They don't even have a reason. Ohio State fans, you have reasons to talk. You have a respectable program.
Right.
Respectable
just football program.
Yeah. You can back up to an extent. Some of you guys are crazy, but yeah. But these Spartans live through you. They live through Ohio State, and it's embarrassing. And they still run their damn mouth all the time. And they'll take their shots, and then they want to call us cheaters. Shut up. And then they want to say, "Oh, Walmart Wolverines." Well, you think all your fans went to Michigan? No, they didn't. All your fans did not go to Michigan State. So, and like no college, all their fans went to the school. That's another stupid ass argument they make. And then we already went through, John, I'm sure you saw. Did you see my list of schools? Michigan State, like everyone wants to come to Michigan because they played like these like lower tier schools in the early 1900s or whatever. They all did. All of them. Everybody. State, Ohio, Alabama.
They all
Georgia,
played high schools for the blind.
YMCAs. They all did. I have a list of them all. You want receipts? I got them.
Yeah. It's everybody did it in the early 1900s. Okay. So definitely going to be a fun one. Hate week. Little brother gonna hopefully get humbled again. And even Doreen, who's one of the Ohio State fans, who's part of our community, moderator, member, I think Sparty sucks. So even Doreen, who's normally doesn't use language like that, because Doreen is normally very, very positive.
Yeah, but she's honest.
She's being honest here. All right. We got one more super chat. Let's see. GT says MSU fans choose to live vicariously through a team that can't beat Michigan out of hatred of Michigan. It is like an interesting circle there, huh? Circle of logic.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's all they have. It's all they can do. It's their best chance. Like they I don't know. They've rallied like, it's weird. It's real sick. It's like there's got to be a psychologist who can figure this out. But like these two fan bases like decided to like hump each other and like watch us go through this NCAA investigation, although it didn't even go their way. So at the end of the day, they literally lived a lie for a long time, thinking an outcome was going to happen that didn't happen. And now they're stuck together. Now they love each other. Well, Ohio State knows that Michigan State's their little bitch. But they keep them around because it's fun to have a pet,
Yeah. It's like, it's definitely like a little sidekick or
it's
something
a
for them.
little puppy, bro. It's a little puppy you play with, like it's
and
cute.
they all love bringing Spyro onto the shows and
I know, dude. And then
Michigan State
Intrinsic's a
fan.
fucking Michigan State fan, dude. Like you don't even know what he is. Like what is Intrinsic? Is it Justin Fan? Is it?
He's an Illuminati.
Bro, they have accounts just to try and like expose Michigan because that's how embarrassed. Like they can't win on the field, John. So they're on this petty dumb shit.
Wolverine Not So Casual says, if we did move on from Wink after the season, not saying we will, who would you go after as a defensive coordinator?
All right. The word is it's Lamar Morgan. And the word is that
starting to be more involved.
Word is Lamar Morgan is involved, and it's collaborative. It's not like someone's taken over, but now Wink and Lamar are game planning together, and there is some buzz, and I've gotten this from more than one circle of people that I talk to. Potential Wink, Lamar will be the next DC. That's kind of the thought, because people who Jesse Mentor co-signed Lamar Morgan. Lamar Morgan used to coach with Jesse Mentor. So a lot of those back end coverage scheme designs, Lamar Morgan is also, has that in his approach, right, defensively. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if the defense plays lights out the rest of the year, I mean, do you really fire Wink? I don't know. It's an interesting thing we'll have to watch, but that does appear to be the buzz.
There's a possibility he retires too. Anything can happen.
He is the 5th highest paid defensive coordinator. I don't think he would willingly retire, but if he was told, hey, it could be one of those things where it's like wink, wink, buddy.
I see what you did wink, there.
Buddy, if you just, retire, this could be a lot smoother.
All right. With that said, we do want to remind everybody that we are not done. We have 4 shows now every single week. The next 2 coming up are the Michigan Wolverines call-in show live with TJ and Johnny Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
That's right. So Thursday call-in show, we are celebrating Little Brother Appreciation Week. Looking forward to that. So we will be talking all things Little Brothers and having a good time. So getting ready for the game. Looking forward to myself, Johnny Olden, taking your calls and having a good time. And we will. I'll see if maybe we'll try and find, maybe I'll start bookmarking some good tweets. We can all laugh together.
Yeah. And I know there's been some people coming at us in the comments about, being up and down on the team and yada, not really understanding where our thought process has been. Call in.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right. Exactly, John. Listen. If anyone, I don't understand why people don't do this. If you disagree with a position, I guess me, because John's not there to defend his own positions, but if you disagree with my position, I may
call in. We'll see.
Yeah, right. But like if you disagree, then fucking let's debate. Let's have a conversation. It doesn't gotta get ugly. Maybe you can offer me a perspective, and my position can evolve. Right? I mean, it's potentially possible. To say I've never learned from having a conversation with somebody would be a lie. Of course I have. I've learned many things from that's one of the things that's missing in, out sports or beyond. We don't talk. So listen, if you disagree with one of my positions on something, call in. You don't got to come at me like, we see in the comments. It's like, oh, I don't even know what the fuck they say, but regardless, the point being is if you disagree, call in, let's chat about it. And let's see if we can come to either an agreement or maybe we won't. Maybe we're both stuck on our positions. But at the same time, John, I'll just say this before we get out of here. I don't think the position me and you held and a lot of the community about how the team was playing, the way it was looking. Also, we were never on some Sharon's got to go now shit. I was on some, I'm not even out on Sharon, but look, the seat's getting warm. Like he's got to produce. This is a results business. And you know what? He knows that. Okay. This is Michigan. And he's well aware, right? And which is why they rallied the way they rallied, and they took last week as serious as they took it because they knew their backs were against the wall a little bit. So no, I don't apologize. And like I said, me and you have held this position, John. We want Sharon to succeed. I like Sharon, but at the end of the day, you got to win. And so let's see what he can do. We got the rest of the season in front of us.
I don't understand why it's so hard for some people. Like it was very simple. We just want to see improvement in the Washington game. We're giving it to the Washington game. If it starts to look like Penn State looked, where they dropped to Oregon and then they started dropping to Northwestern and UCLA and these types of teams, then that's where we're going to be like, fire Sharon. If it goes, if the team rallies, that means the culture's still intact. And that's exactly what happened. So congratulations. Like, yeah, we're still on the train.
Listen, I will, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I do not apologize for being hard on my teams. I expect my teams to play at a high level. I expect my teams to push themselves to be better. I am not a fan who just sits back and roots for. Listen, I am very constructive on all things sports. My own, we've already gone on that road. I've talked about it. I will always push Michigan to be the best possible. If I feel if there's an area Michigan should be better at, I'm going to voice it. Period. Because you know what? I don't think anything less than competing for the playoffs every year and being a top 12 program every freaking year is anything less than that is acceptable. And it's not. And you know what? It's not. But if you want to, because a lot of fans, here's the truth. And John, I know we're literally at an hour and a half. We thought this would be a short show today. A lot of fans are so attached to their program, they don't want to speak ill of it because it's like almost like a part of them, right? Like people are not, all right, let's just fucking call it, people are not honest with themselves. So they're not gonna be honest about their fucking team, bro. People lie to themselves all the fucking time. So they're not even gonna be true. They fucking, now I'm about to be on one, John. They are the type of individuals who, if you say an opinion they disagree with, they will take offense of it. Even though it is simply an idea or a thought, and it's really not even impactful, but they will still let it bother them to the point where they will start name calling you when all you are doing is holding your team to a high standard. And the reality is it's a character flaw, but we don't gotta go down that road. But the reality is they want to lie to themselves, which is why they lie about their own team, right? Like, oh, everything's fine. And now there are some people though who are just internal optimists. And that's okay. You need those people too. But at the end of the day, I'm just hard on my teams, pro or college, don't care, because there's no reason they shouldn't be at least trending in the right direction, whatever phase they are in, because all teams are different phases. Are you in a rebuild phase? Are you in a maturing phase? Are you in a championship phase? That matters. Standards matter at each level, right? And it's also about understanding where your program is. We should be at a playoff contender phase. We should be. And I think, and Michigan's definitely knocking. We're definitely knocking as a program.
We are, and I think it's very possible 10-2 is still on the table. So
agree.
If they play like they played in the second half, Washington, I think it's very, very possible. Especially because Haynes is coming back, and eventually Hansen and Klein will be back, and we'll have everybody back. So
yeah,
okay. So call-in show Thursday, post-game live after the game Saturday, which means another late nighter for TJ and me. So join us. But it'll be a fun one because it'll be little brother, and it'll be fun. So probably something crazy is going to happen. We'll talk about it. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'm sure a nice fight on the field is going to go down.
Something like that.
Michigan
Wolverine Not
fan
So
or something.
Casual has a parting question here. What do y'all think of JJ in the NFL? Can he make it? Oof. So
You know, my
early to
honest
tell.
opinion? I know.
Yeah.
All right, so I have an honest opinion.
Uh-huh.
I love JJ. But I honestly think Minnesota is afraid to play JJ right now. I don't believe they're holding him out because of his injury. I think they don't think he's ready. I will say the fan base of Minnesota wants him to develop. They rather have JJ on the field and go through the growing process versus having Carson Wentz just lose games for them. But I will say I don't think Minnesota feels confident at JJ's current development point. And I think they're holding him out. I don't think it's an injury. I really don't. I mean, do I think he might have tweaked his ankle initially? Sure. But I don't think he's still dealing with that injury. They want him to sit and observe the game, and then they're going to give him an opportunity again. But I think they felt like the game was a little too quick for him. And it was, so we'll see. But I don't think Minnesota's out on JJ, but I'll just say I think this injury is bogus. I'm curious Kinetic's opinion on this. He's very defensive on JJ.
Yeah, and I love JJ. And I mean, I think if you're a Michigan fan, you probably have a JJ. I mean, y'all know I have the JJ picture in my backdrop in the apartment, and I love JJ. I think he needs to find a way to be more consistent, right? Because he had that one really, really good quarter where they came back and won.
Right.
He also had a really good that preseason game, but he's been dealing with these injuries where it has stunted his development a bit, because he went from winning the national championship and then injury, and then you have a preseason game, injury, then you have this game that he just did, injury, right? Like he keeps getting stunted by injuries. Like they do. I do think they're going to play him again. Obviously, they took him
and
10th in the draft.
To Ralph's point, though, they did. I saw this. They did announce that they're going to play him against the Lions, which, by the way, I think that's a terrible decision. That's not the defense you want to go against. Lions are ranked second in the NFL. They have like the 5th most sacks in the league. Terrible first game to get him back. Whatever. I don't think it's a wise decision for them. But I will say, selfishly, all right, you want to know a crazy thought I have, and I know the show's still running. There's a part. All right, I'm not gonna lie. This is so selfish. This is such a selfish Michigan fan perspective, and it's kind of fucked up. I'm kind of all right. This is fucked. I feel bad saying this publicly, but this is a thought I have. I kind of want JJ and Blake Corum's careers not to be very long, so they can start their coaching arc. So then they can become coaches at Michigan and win us some national titles. Because I think Blake Corum is going to be an amazing head coach. I'm very confident he's going to get into coaching, and I think JJ will. I think he might also get into coaching. To be honest with you, and I think I could see both of them pulling a hardball and leading Michigan back to again, now hopefully Sharon's like a 40-year fucking head man, right? And he's just a legacy. He's an elite Hall of Fame coach for us. But even so, there's a part of me that's like, kind of hope Blake Corum becomes a coach in Michigan one day. I would love it.
Yeah, both of them would be excellent coaches.
Yeah.
Blake, I want to see Blake get a starting job somewhere if he can't get it at the Rams, because he's had opportunities. He's had opportunities. He's made, I think, the most of the limited time that McVay's put him out there.
I don't see. All right, so to your point, Blake is actually getting snap share. His snap share is increasing with the Rams. And the reason why I know this is I got Kyron Williams as my fantasy running back, and it's depressing the hell out of me. So I'm watching like the snap shares. Blake Corum's his role is growing with the LA. But then you got my point is like you got Rashad here, and I know this is not a popular opinion. Rashad's like, no, TJ, I want them productive NFL careers. I get it. I'm selfish though. Michigan, like I have this thing, and I got into this with Kinetic one time. Once they go pro though, and like, look, I love them. I want them to succeed, all that shit. Listen, I want what's best for Michigan. And what's best for Michigan, although granted, you could say, well, along like a Tom Brady like careers, but you're right, that is true. But I think Blake Corum's gonna be a hell of a coach.
Yeah, he is.
Blake Corum will be a coach, and I think JJ may also get into coaching. Fuck, dude. I don't know. We'll see. I'm more confident Blake Corum will get into coaching, and I just feel Blake Corum would want to coach at Michigan, and I would love to have Blake Corum in Michigan. But let their careers go. Good luck. Whenever they're ready to coach, Michigan will be here.
And Jordan's got one for us. The next 2 years will 100% make or break Sharon. We're a super young team, and we'll have lots of talent coming in 26 and 27. Very true about the talent. And TJ knows this from all the recruiting he's been.
I would say this year and next year are going to be the make and break years. It's how does this year go, and then next year will matter. The
Savion Hyder coming in.
The big offseason. By the way, we'll talk about this as the season goes on, but my transfer portal concern. Did you see what Kurt Cinetti said about that?
What did he say?
So the transfer portal is going to open up on so I talked about this last Thursday, and I brought it up again a little bit on Monday's show. I think this new window hurts Michigan because I think the window opens either the 2nd or the 3rd. Kurt Cinetti just talked about this today. He goes, we start classes on the 8th. So does Michigan. Like, they start early in January also. And Michigan has a policy that at a certain point, they don't accept students, man. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how this plays out. But I'm starting to I'm a little concerned about this transfer portal window. I would like to get more. I'd love to get a Sam Webb opinion on this. But I just know it hurt us in the past. And this window is even later. So I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. Because for those who don't know, if you don't make the winter semester, you don't play spring football. And then you can't join the team until June. That's not good. Very bad.
Yeah, and we're already restricted with transfers as it is with the academic restrictions.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. I know. So somewhere in a while, I don't know. I don't know. It's on my mind, though. I think about it. But anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll get there when we get there.
So Michiganders reminding us about basketball, and if there's any basketball things on your mind, TJ?
Did we promise 5 minutes? I don't remember this. Listen, we'll see how the boys play. I mean, I don't know. Well, listen, do I think we should be a Final Four team? I do. Was the exhibition game a good start to the year? It wasn't, but it's an exhibition game. I don't even hold anything to it. Let's see how the boys play. Their first game is Saturday, right? Michigander, I think it is. When we get Michigan's basketball schedule.
St. John's on October on the 25th.
And they actually have a pretty tough non-conference schedule. So I'm excited. Let's see what the boys can do. Look, we should be good. Yes, Yaxel balled out. Absolutely. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best, but is the team going to have a slow start and then they're going to get better as the season goes on? I don't know. Is the team going to come out aggressive? Look who's back, John.
Penn State bot.
I thought you died, bro. We are 3-4. Hey, let us know that coaching
he's having fun with it.
Yeah, no, you're always welcome here, Penn State. But good luck in your coaching search, bro. There's a lot of openings going on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Turnovers are a problem,
and they were last year, Michigan. To remember, they were bad last year. We'll see.
All right, folks. Coming up next in about 10 minutes is the college football show with Mark Rogers. So that should be coming up 10 p.m. Eastern. The link is right there. Let Mark know John and TJ sent you because we want Wolverine Nation to show up to that show. Why? Because so many Buckeyes go over there, like Dr. Buckeye and all Troy and all of them are swarming the show. We got to have Wolverine Nation representing over there. I try to get over there and stand in the paint. Who's going to join me? So 10 minutes, Voice of College Football, Mark Rogers will be on. Don't forget to follow us on Twix, obviously, at TJ_Ronin, at John Diadamo. And any final thoughts, TJ, before we say bye-bye?
Yeah, we're going to listen, Michigan State's cooked. That's my final thoughts. They're cooked. I don't give a shit. Print it, laminate it, do whatever the hell you want with it. Cut it, reseed it. It doesn't matter. I'm right, you're wrong. We're winning, and we're going to rub your damn noses in it. And your program's garbage. Final thought there. take that to the bank.
Fuck little brother. Fuck Ohio.
That's right. That's
Go
right.
Blue.
Well, yeah, I don't have to know how into it. You know, it's Michigan State week, but yeah, it's always fun.
It's always fun.
There's also always room for I mean, there is.
All right, everybody. And also thanks to Win Agency, thanks to Healthy Dogma, and everybody who contributed today. Everybody who's part of the community. Whatever. You hit the like button, you stopped by, you listened. Thank you for that. And let a friend know. Let people know that we're live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with quality insight analysis. And we have 3 other live shows now every single week, too. So check us out. All right. Thanks, everybody. And go Blue, and we'll see you next time.
Go Blue.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click Join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.